Start.
Hello guys!
Hi.
Hello!
What's up?
Happy clappies. Let's just do it on one. Yeah, thank you. Are you ready?
Yeah, yes.
How was last week for you?
Good. Awesome.
Yeah, what was good? What was awesome? You want to share what you remember? Can you do a quick recap of what we did last week?
We spoke about baselines, wheel of life, personality test.
Yeah. And Chandni, what would you like to add on to it?
Yeah, I think.
You want to put into sequence for us?
Yeah, personality assessment,
Right.
wheel of life.
Right.
Baselines.
It was a very interesting topic. I like it was my favorite too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then baselines, right? It was just three.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that, was the best. Huh? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you get out of that?
Oh, and the speech.
There we go, the
Yeah,
speech.
part
Thank
of
you.
baselines only.
Huh?
So
No,
it's
you
part
will
of
lead up to the
baseline.
baseline, what other people see you as, right?
Then the
Cool.
change also was there.
Yeah, so if you change, we will change. Good, yeah. Okay, so we're now going to dig a little deeper. Okay, this was like the overview, and now we're going to go inside. Okay, how you coded, what coded you, and how you're using those codes. It's called IPCs. It's a nice technical term, right?
Yeah.
Integrated Power Coding.
Okay.
Okay, so how have you been coding and how to remove and change these codings? So unlike baselines, codings can be changed. Can you think of why and how?
I don't know what coding means.
Okay, so what do you think the coding would be? How do you code a computer?
I don't know.
Neither do I. So there's a baseline is something that's there, it's your values, okay? And coding is the meaning that you give to the experiences that you have, okay? So baselines cannot really change. They may alter a bit with some major situations in life or things like deaths or change of cities or something. You could tweak a bit, but they couldn't change radically. But coding is the meaning that you give to experiences. Not the intensity of experience, but the meaning that you give to it. And that would change with you over time. With time and situation, it's bound to change, okay? So the same coding that you have today might change a couple of months down the road or a couple of years down the road, okay? So to talk more about coding, we have a whole lot of stuff here, okay? It's a process that helps to understand. The IPC is a process that understands how you've been coded, how you can remove the negative coding that you're not really aware of, but you're just functioning out of it by sort of like robotics, by automation, yeah? So these baselines, like baselines, your coding motivates you, but not necessarily always rightly. It inspires you, can even crush you. You integrate these codings without realizing it very often. They are collected over time from family, friends, social media, environment, peer group, everything, TV, media. Okay, it's not so much from your experiences, I said, but it's the intensity and the meaning that you give to the situations, yeah? It is usually easier to change your coding, like I just told you, than your baselines. We have two fundamental kinds of coding. There's the E code and an N code. What do you think
Negative.
E code? Negative code. Just a quick on negative coding, no?
Yeah.
And E code,
Positive code.
something that you come on the email.
Good. Positive.
Yeah, positive. It's more empowering, okay? A negative coding would make you feel like, oh shit, the world's against me, nothing can go wrong, I'll never get it right, you know? I'm like this only, they're like that only. The typical encoding version, but nothing goes right and you don't feel good about it. You feel pretty dreadful. You feel like a loser and you feel the world sucks and everything sucks about it. You know, it's like nah about everything. And E-code on the other way empowers you. You feel strong enough. You feel I can do that. I can do anything. You feel fully empowered, and you normally don't quit because you know you can do it. Yeah. So that's the difference between E-code and an N-code. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a little more reading. If you I can skip because the explanation is clear enough. Yeah. Okay, so think about the events that have given us these codings. For example, I'll give you one example. I have some really strong, both positive and negative. The negative one could be like, I think basically the system sucks, and I think policemen are pigs.
Yeah,
And
you mean like the government system?
I mean the government system, and I mean the policemen here. I'm talking about police in particular because right down the road, Kapre police station,
Yeah.
I had an incident with a senior inspector where we'd had tea with a couple of weeks before this incident happened, and they told us if anything ever happens, always ask the name and phone the police station and give us the name of the inspector. Something happens, there's like a procession at 1:30 at night, they're throwing fireworks, screaming and doing Bollywood chit chat on the road at 2 o'clock or 1:30 at night, and I should be wearing that. So, marketing tag. And so I go up to the inspector, I said, hello sir, we met, blah blah, blue, 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 blue. Can I have your name because this was happening? And he turned around and gave me a whack.
He slapped
He
you?
slapped me.
Are
He
you
not only
serious?
slapped me, he had two other guys pin me down. I'm walking with my
No
dog at
way.
1:30 at night. I
When
was
did this
cufflinked at the Cufflinked police station. They wouldn't let me make a phone call for 2.5, 3 hours.
What? When did this happen?
This happened in '93.
Oh my
And
God.
so after that, I have always seen police as the lowest rung of trust. And every time I see anything that's happening, the police are always doing wrong. So it's an encode, and I find situations that reinforce that. Yeah. Positive coding, I believe in the natural goodness of normal human beings. I say normal because I think people in the system are not normal. People in part have to take it somewhere else. For example, like even the simplest and the poorest person will always offer you what, even if it's like a half, you know, those tiny cups of tea people have now at the station,
Cutting chai.
cutting chai. If they see you and you connect with them, they'll share that with you. Someone who that 7 rupees probably means a lot to. That natural goodness I see everywhere. So that's an e-code which I automatically attract. The other day I was on the bus and I met an artist. And I went, artist, how interesting. He paints school walls with all these like butterflies and children thing. And it was just, we got into such a good rap that you automatically now we're connected. I'm trying to get into some school here, and you know. So you just takes things automatically, they multiply. So can you see the difference between, and they've changed, like now both are, we become friends from sitting in the bus for like what, 20 minutes? Yeah. So that's the difference between an E-code and an N-code. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So also the next thing which I was going to tell you is about collecting evidence. For me, the police situation, now I see a policeman and I know they're not going to help, so I'll ask them for help. And the evidence will go on as in the other day there was a car parked on the pavement, government car. I'm shouting at him. I say policeman, I call the policeman, the policeman, he's a government car. I said, so government can break a rule? You're supposed to enforce rule. I'm trying to enforce rule, you're telling me to break the rule. Evidence, policemen are bad. They're not there to help the law, they're there to break the law. So unfortunately it just goes on a cycle. How to break that cycle, we'll talk about it later, yeah? Make sense?
Yeah.
So would you like to do an activity based on our coding, on our IPCs? Yeah. So I want you to think about 5 major events in your life that have changed your life and created a sort of, they're called defining moments, given you an E code or an N code. Okay? So sit, meditate, think about your life, go backwards, forwards, sideways in your life. Done?
Yeah.
Okay. So 5 positive events and 5 negative events. Okay? You have to note them down and I'll give you some time.
Cool.
Time up! Thank you. Okay, what was your defining moment?
So for me, the positive one was when I went for a trek alone,
Right?
and my parents were not agreeing on that, and I just booked the ticket without informing them.
Excellent.
And I booked everything, and then once they got to know, when my dad checked the passbook and he said, where the hell are you going and all that. But somehow my sister convinced, and then I went alone, and that was the best moment of my life, because after that I formed a group out there.
Okay, so how old were you when you did
I
something like that?
was like 28.
28.
Yeah, still they were
And-
too possessive about that.
Okay, yeah, 28, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened and who was there? What was said to you?
I just wanted to go somewhere, but I never had the company, so I was like, let me go alone. And so I just went alone.
So what did your parents say to you then?
You can't go alone. How are you going? Just no, you don't know anybody.
Okay. And what did you tell yourself at that point?
I'll manage. I mean, because I had already booked somebody, like from Mumbai, somebody was there. I just had to go to the airport. That's
Okay.
it.
And what would you have liked them? What would you have liked to have happened instead of this? Would you have liked your parents to say, yes, beta, go, darling,
Yeah,
take
that
more
would be-
money?
that would be the best thing. But I guess there was no, whatever happened was good.
Okay, it happened the way it was supposed
Yeah.
to, yeah. So what was the great thing you learned from this?
That I'm fearless, I can manage, I can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
So the N code would be?
The positive one, what I found.
You said the E code, sorry.
The positive one, what I thought was like, yeah, I can travel alone and I can do it.
Perfect, nice one. Chandni?
So I'll say something negative.
Yeah, we need an N code. You got an E code
Yeah,
from
yeah.
us, and now let's get an N code from
So
you.
I think so about a year ago or about maybe 8 months back or something, I was seeing this one guy, and after a few months, he started telling me that I'm not very expressive, and I didn't know why, but he would say it often, and I think every time he said it, I started believing it. So every time he said it, I started believing it, and I think every time I would meet him, it would play in my head that I'm not being very expressive, and then I would become even less expressive.
Yeah, I can see that.
So yeah, and I never understood why he said that, but I feel like then over time I just became less expressive.
You imbibed that trend?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right. So how old were you when this happened? You said a few months ago. It's
Yeah,
bad
I
managed
was
to ask
like-
the ladies' age. It's okay, fine. You want? Yeah.
24, 25.
Okay. And who was there when this was being said? Who else was there when this?
Me and the
Just the
guy.
two of you?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you tell yourself after this?
I couldn't. I like what I tell myself every time
Yeah.
you told me that.
What did you tell yourself after you heard this that you're not expressive generally? What did you say inside? What was the inner talk?
Why am I not being expressive? I was like doubting myself.
Doubting yourself.
Yeah, I was asking myself like why I'm too expressive. How do I get more expressive?
And what would you have wanted to have happened?
I wanted to be more expressive.
Okay. You didn't want him to tell you like it doesn't matter if you're not expressive.
No, I wanted to be
You
more
wanted to be more expressive.
yeah.
Okay.
Because I started believing it, right?
Yeah. So what did you learn from this?
I learned that it's just how I am, and it doesn't matter what he
Expressive or not expressive.
Yeah,
It's up to you.
and he should technically like me or love me the way I am. So that's what I learned.
Perfect. Excellent. So what encodes did you develop and carry on since this?
That I'm not expressive.
That you're not expressive.
Yeah.
So actually that's interesting because do you think encodes are really bad?
They could be, yeah.
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 But why do we have them? Why are they there?
Protect us.
Yeah, they're there to protect you. Yeah. So even your non-expression is something to protect yourself from being over-expressive. Yeah. There's something inside you protecting you from the disappointment, the failure, or even the success that you may not want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So encodes are something that are there to keep us a little in line, but yeah, we need to break them sometimes to get more successful. Yeah. But there's that inner voice which we sometimes need to listen to, sometimes don't listen to. Yeah. You have to use it with sort of what's the word I'm looking for? With discernment, because sometimes it is warning you that you're going to burn yourself. Don't touch that fire; it's going to burn you.
Yeah.
You're going to I'll burn myself.
Yeah.
Stupid if you do keep burning yourself, right? So it's there to protect you. So just be aware when it is. So it's a good idea to also listen to both your E-codes and your N-codes and see how you can use them. Okay. Okay. So let's see what else we have here. So we tend to use these encodes to blame ourselves and blame the world. Okay, like I have another encode which my parents use, what will other people say?
Yeah.
And that completely sort of like, for me it's turned into an E-code because I was like, who cares? Because whatever you do, people are going to say something. You're going to live your life with what will other people say.
Then you're never doing it.
Yeah, we're not going to take a step in any direction, yeah? So we're going to work on that next time around. So how did you find this round about sharing your N-codes and E-codes? Helpful?
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. So we have to learn how to convert them and we'll work on that a bit later, yeah? Make sense?
Alright.
Okay, all good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you need to share? Any other defining moments you're having? Okay, great. Chalo. See you. Thappad.
Thanks.
Thank you.